What's up, Mets fans? How is everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, this could be the roster shakeup of the 2025 season as reports just came out after the Mets just got swept by the Milwaukee Brewers and on one of the biggest bad stretches of the year. Reports are stating that the Mets are promoting four of their top prospects from Double-A: Ryan Clifford, Jet Williams, Carson Bench, and Jonah Tong are getting promoted to Triple-A Syracuse right now. What does that mean? Promoting four guys from your Double-A farm system to Triple-A Syracuse. What does that mean, guys? Is there a massive roster shakeup that is going to happen at the big league level on the Mets team? That is going to be a big deal. There's a couple of guys like Brett Beatty, like Mauricio, maybe even Vientos, even though he doesn't have options. Is there going to be a massive roster shakeup other than the top pitching prospects in Brandon Sproat and Noah McLean? Or is it not just those guys that might get the opportunity? Is there a big roster shakeup on the major league roster for the New York Mets after having the worst stretch of the season, spiraling out of control, losing 10 out of 11? The New York Mets have to do something, and the only options that are left are the internal options. So once again, guys, got some breaking news here for our New York Mets after getting swept by the Milwaukee Brewers. Four top prospects in the Mets farm system, all in Double-A, are being promoted to Triple-A Syracuse, and Jonah Tong, Carson Bench, Ryan Clifford, and Jet Williams. This is huge news. This is something that I didn't think I was going to expect this year. I was expecting Jonah Tong to maybe get into that Triple-A spot to take one of the pitcher spots like a Sproat or a McLean once they get called up to the major league level. But something's happening, guys. Something big might be transpiring over the next few days, maybe even tomorrow's off day. Is there going to be a massive shakeup on the Mets? Is Beatty getting sent down? Mauricio? Is it a possibility that the Mets are done with Mark Vientos because he has no more options? Are they just tired of it? Do they need new reinforcements, new blood in here that can change something with this New York Mets team? I don't know, but this is news. 8 o'clock at night. Mets are traveling back to New York on their off day, waiting to face the Braves on Tuesday. This is a massive promotion that is not normal during the season. This is something that is an off-season type of situation, an off-season decision. Four top prospects getting promoted from Double-A to Triple-A. What does this mean? What is David Stearns thinking in that big brain of his? What is the plan? Is it more than just Noah McLean and Brandon Sproat? Is it somebody else, maybe even on the Triple-A roster, that are they're looking to promote position player wise that might get the opportunity to come to the New York Mets and perform? Right? I don't think these guys are getting promoted to Triple-A are going to be up tomorrow, but there is a strong possibility that one of these guys that we're talking about, maybe a Jet Williams, maybe a Carson Bench, Ryan Clifford, might be a position player. One of these guys that might take a spot from somebody else and give them the opportunity. Again, you're not going to trade them. You might as well bring them up and see what they can do. They can't be worse. So what is it that David Stearns has planned for these prospects and certain guys in on the Triple-A level? Because you don't make this massive shakeup without making moves at the Triple-A level. So something's happening, guys. Stay tuned. Could happen tonight, which I almost think this is the news for tonight as the four guys get promoted from Double-A to Triple-A. Tomorrow is going to be a very interesting day because there will be moves at the Triple-A level. There's a ton of roster spots that have to get open at the Triple-A level to add these four guys to the roster. Now, couldn't they DFA guys? Can they release guys? Sure, to open up some roster spots. But it seems like while the Mets are spiraling out of control, losing 10 out of 11, being behind 5.5 games of the division, now only a game and a half in front of the Reds for the third wild card, a shakeup has to happen. So is there going to be big time movement at the Triple-A level heading to Queens and make the roster shakeup happen? Because something needs to go down with this team. There needs to be new blood. There needs to be a wake-up call. There needs to be a fire under their ass. What is going to happen? I am fascinated by this now. This is news that I didn't think you were going to hear over the course of this season. Again, I thought there would be one promotion from Double-A, considering that one of these guys, maybe two of these pitchers, are going to be at the major league level soon as Sproat and McLean. So you would think to fill roster spots, you would promote one or two guys from your Double-A system, Double-A team, but four guys at the same time, there's got to make room somewhere. There's three position players that are taking spots right now at the Double-A level that are going to Triple-A now. What a massive breaking news for our New York Mets, as Met fans don't know what's going on right now with this team. Nothing has worked. Every decision made by Mendoza and Stearns has not worked. The trade deadline additions they've been okay, but it hasn't been the fire that needs to be lit under this team. And now, is this the time where some guys might lose jobs at the major league level? And we know who those guys are. For certain guys that might be at AAA right now, or one or two of these guys, or some of these guys that just got promoted from AA to AAA. This is going to be a fascinating off day on Monday with the breaking news on Sunday night where Jonah Tong, Jet Williams, Ryan Clifford, and Carson Bench are getting promoted to AAA Syracuse. What roster shakeups will there be? What is David Stearns cooking up right now when he knows it is do or die for this team with 44 games left to go in the season? What do you think, guys? Do you think massive changes are happening on this roster? Is guys getting sent down off this team to make room for guys, fresh blood, to see if they can do the job, unlike the guys currently on this roster that are not doing the job? Man, I can't wait for tomorrow and what news is going to come down, because on an off day, a lot of things can happen, guys. And I do think we're going to hear some breaking news that roster changes, roster moves are happening, not the bullpen arms that are going up and down on a daily basis with David Stearns. Massive moves internally for this New York Mets team. 44 games to go. Finally, we're seeing a little bit of urgency from David Stearns. What is the plan? What is the thought process? What is he going to do? Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think David Stearns is thinking here, bringing up the four guys in our top 10 to AAA. What does that mean for guys at the AAA level? And what does it mean for the guys at the major league level that might be losing their jobs rather quickly and might be able to get sent down very, very soon? With that said, guys, thank you for watching. And as always, Met fans, let's go Mets.